How many people have heard of design thinking before? So it's popularized by IDEO and many other companies, but really we're talking about the needs of the people, which is this product desirable? Is it needed? Success requirements, is this viable? And technical possibilities, is this feasible? So as we talk about these kind of three criteria for design thinking, it's about building a successful business, it's about being able to meet customers where they are, and then really, can we do this from a technical standpoint? And whether your prototype is software or hardware, you have certain limitations. So really trying to understand and dig into those is really important.
So one of the things that we're gonna focus on in tonight's discussion for the most part, and Andrew and I shared this thought separately from our two different perspectives, is where do we think folks in this region that are coming out with new ideas, where can they focus on the most based on our experiences of interacting with these people? And what we decided on was it's not the technical possibilities. We aren't dreaming of things that are impossible, right? Time travel, everyone wants it. It's just an engineering problem, right? We're not talking about time travel here, right? When you talk about success requirements, we have some great kind of salt of the earth goals in the corporations and the startups that are being built here, really meaningful stuff, right? So it's not really the success requirements that cause this to fail. It's really, when you look at the needs of people, another way of saying this is how big is the problem? I think we have such a culture in a lot of ways of just focusing on getting the next thing done that it's difficult to let ourselves lean back and say, think bigger. And so the main thing for me that I see a lot is when I see startups in this region, it's always, we thought big enough, right? There are a few where the success requirements are challenging or the technical possibilities are difficult. Those are there. I'm not saying they're not there. But for the most part, the majority will be, is this problem big enough? Can you prove it? Can you quantify it? And how do you do that? So tonight's all about trying to figure out, is this idea big enough? How can you prove if the idea is big enough? And that's a really important responsibility of both the artist and the prototype.
Yeah, one really important point I just want to mention too is the problem needs to be big enough. It needs to be understood by the people that have it. If you're doing a double sale where you're convincing someone they have a problem and you convince them that you have the solution, that's going to be a longer road. So we can use prototypes to realize, is this resonating with people? Are they understanding what we're putting forward as a value proposition? And can we test their behavior or their engagement moving forward through prototypes and other types of MVPs?